Hey, what's up everyone? It is Param Sandhu and I'll give you my top tricks to make sure you are getting the highest paying loads. For those of you that don't know who I am, I've been in the trucking industry since 2012. I was a fleet owner, and when I was starting out, I didn't really find any resources that would help me and my business partner in starting our own fleet. So I'm hoping this will help you guys out. Let's jump right in. One of my top tips on booking loads and dealing with all the craziness in trucking as you're dispatching and getting different phone calls is please, when you're getting started, put on the alarms. Put on alarm for specific searches that you have put in. And turn your computer volume on so you'll get a ding sound anytime a new load pops up. Depending on the market conditions, that can mean a lot of money or losing money. So if you have an alarm, you'll get the notification and just hit that phone right away if the market conditions are not good. If the market conditions are good, then don't really worry about it. Maybe you can hit that alarm just to see if you're getting a better paying load. Always be quick and swift, but then when you get on the phone, play very, very cool. My second tip is the early bird gets the worm. Very cliche, but I'm from the West Coast, so 5 a.m. West Coast time is 8 a.m. Eastern time, and a lot of brokers are on the East Coast, so oftentimes I would get up at 4:45, 4:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is about 7:30, 8 a.m. Eastern time, to really go look for the loads from those early bird brokers. There are some very good carrier reps or brokers out there that would wake up, come to work early, and if they're in a tight bind, there's a load that's shipping today, they would come in 30 minutes, 15 minutes early and post that load. And you being up before everybody else, I don't know how many times that there have been very, very bad market conditions, especially around 2018, that we were able to get loads and the rest of the day there was crickets. So early bird gets the worm. Play it cool if you get on the phone. But that is a very, very important tip that I can't stress enough in this business. If you're on the West Coast, that's life. You have to go to bed early. You have to wake up early. My tip number 3, if loads have a posted rate, there's, from what I've seen, very little negotiating power or room that you have there. Maybe, depending on the market, 100, 250 bucks, I don't know. But usually when they post the rate, they're trying to get it covered within a very fine range. Sometimes they'll post a very high rate because they're in a tight bind and they just need to attract the carriers to just hit the phone and call them. So it can also work out in that situation. But from what I've found, never underestimate loads that don't have any posted rates. Oftentimes, those brokers, they want to see what rates are out there. So have a good understanding of the market and shoot for a higher rate when you're asking for them. Don't be afraid to, sound off the wall. I've had brokers laugh at me saying that it's absolutely absurd. And, that's just how it is. You just gotta play the game. So never underestimate loads that don't have a posted rate. My tip number 4, always shop around. Don't just go for the first load that you see. It's okay to call around. It's okay to let the broker know that, hey, you know what? This may not work for me. Let me call around, and if I can't find something, I'll get right back to you. Always play it cool. Don't sound needy. If you are not getting the rate that you want, you can say no and call a few other places and then call them back. And again, I said this earlier, be professional. In this business, professionalism goes a long way. We are in a services business, so whether we're carriers, whether we're drivers, we're doing a service. We're hauling other people's property. And just know that that's kind of an expectation, is to be professional. Even if you're not treated professionally, it's okay. Keep a cool head. There's a lot of ways that you can say no by not saying no. You can always let them know, hey, let me check with my driver to see that if I can convince him or her to drive a little extra to go pick up that load. That's another way of saying no, or not expressing that interest right away. Another way you can say no is just let them know, like, hey, this rate is not working for me right now. Let me go ask around, let me shop around. I see a lot of loads posted for today coming out of Atlanta, and some with, you know, decent rates. Let me check how they are, and if I can't find anything, I'll, you know, is it okay if I call you back? And you know, if you get a positive response, you can't find anything, then you can come back. So a lot of different ways. I can make separate videos on this. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments if you want videos where I show you how to negotiate with brokers. My 5th tip is triangular routes. So what that means is we ran a lot of loads going from Stockton, California, Sacramento, California, going to Atlanta, Georgia, or the East Coast. A lot of times we would just find a direct route from Sacramento to, let's say, Atlanta, Georgia. But a lot of times on the way back, that market from Atlanta, Georgia back into the Sacramento area may not be that good. So what we ended up doing was a lot of triangular routes. What that means is that we're making a triangle when we're going from Sacramento to Atlanta, and then on the way back, it's not a direct shoot back. And instead, we're making a triangle at another destination, dropping off and picking up, and then heading all the way back to Northern California. So to give you an example, when we went to Atlanta, Georgia, we had a couple of options. Sometimes when the market was tough, we would go from Atlanta to Dallas, which is a 1-day drive for the driver. And if we found loads going directly from Dallas to Northern California, that would be golden for us. Other times what we do is we would check the market. So like I said, we would check, first of all, if we're looking to bring a driver back, how does Dallas back to Sacramento area look like for the next day? And if we didn't really find anything, we would check Phoenix, Arizona. So I know from Atlanta to Phoenix, it's about 2.5 days. So I would check 2 or 3 days out to see how the market from Phoenix back to Northern California looks like, and then decide based on that how to route the drivers. So triangular route from Atlanta to Dallas back to Sacramento, California, or from Atlanta to Phoenix, Arizona, back to Sacramento, California. Finally, we even tried Atlanta to LA, back to Sacramento, California. If you are a West Coast carrier, if you're hiring drivers, make sure you communicate that with them. A lot of drivers will absolutely just refuse to go to LA. It could be a really good market for you, so if you're hiring drivers, make sure you communicate that up front so there isn't any misalignment when you do end up sending a driver in these areas and they end up being surprised. If you're running kind of dedicated weekly schedules with your drivers where you try to get them back, then triangular routes are your best friend, especially when the markets are tough. Right now, the market isn't that bad, but always remember you can do a triangular route when you're coming on that backhaul. If you want more content, let us know in the comments what type of content do you want to see, and hit that subscribe button so you'll be the first to notified when we pump out our next video. I will see you guys next time.